themselves. There are a total of 8 moving meditations, and we went over some of them last Tuesday, and tonight I'm just we're not going to try and practice them tonight. I want to give you a chance. I want to give you a few seconds, a minute or two, to grab a pad and a pen so that you can write this information down so that you can have it ready for when you meditate. So everybody take a moment, grab a pen and a pad. Want to give Kevin a pen and a pad?
I don't have a pad.
Piece of paper.
I can give you clipboard and some paper.
Works for me. Yeah, we
Good. Give me paper. S.
Yep,
scrappy. There you go. Move the camera around, move the computer.
That's not real sharp, even on the TV.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, bear with me. I want to introduce this tonight. You may not be able to see it very well if you're watching online. We will at some point go through all of the postures where I demonstrate them, where you can get a better image. But this can at least get you started. As you remember, as I introduced last week, some of the breathing sequences for the 8 moving minutes. And what I'm going to do tonight is go over those breath combinations again and explain them. I don't want it on me. I won't just keep it on me. You can't put it on me either. Okay. Okay. On your notes, put the heading moving meditation. White tiger moving meditations, or Bok Fu Pai. And we're going to have a total of 8 of these, 8 moving meditations. And I'm going to give you the sequences, and then I'm going to explain them as we go through. And hopefully tonight, I'll try to move quickly. I'd like to get it all in tonight. There are 8 moving meditations. There are a total of 14 seated meditations. And there are a total of 18 standing meditations.
Say that again?
There are a total of 8 moving meditations. There are 14 seated meditations. And there are 18 standing meditations. Okay, moving meditation number 1. The breathing pattern is 90, 70, 50, 10. 90, 70, 50, 10. Moving meditation number 2 is 20, 40, 80, 70. 20, 40, 80, 70. Number 3, 50, 20, 10. 50, 20, 10. Number 4, 5, 50, 30, 20, 10. Again, 5, 50, 30, 20, 10. Number 5 is 90, 50, 20. 90, 50, 20. Number 6 is 90, 50, 10. 90, 50, 10. Number 7 is 90, 50, 30, 20, 10. Again, number 7 is 90, 50, 30, 20, and 10. Number 8, the final moving meditation, is 10, 50, 60, and 5. 10, 50, 60, and 5. Now, the moving meditations are done just like the standing meditations, except you'll just stand there with your hands in the proper posture in a horse stance, and we demonstrated this very well in last week's broadcast. So refer to last week's broadcast to see the standing posture that you're in. It's the same for all 8. The only difference is after you complete the breath sequences, you will go into Tai Chi-like movements after each one. So refer to last week to see that what that one standing posture is. It's simply a horse stance, a high horse stance, with your left hand palm up under your navel, and your right hand palm up inside of your left hand, and your 2 thumbs touching, making a triangle that you can actually look through the center of. Then after you complete each one, you will go through a series, maybe like about 5 or 10 moves, very short, after you complete the breath sequences and the meditation itself. Again, refer to last week. That would be March 4th, Tuesday, March 4th. And today is Tuesday, March 11th. Okay. Having that out of the way, tonight we want to introduce the 14 seated meditations and the 18 standing meditations. If you will, those who are here, look at the picture on the TV screen, on the large TV screen. You'll see a man, he's seated in a cross-legged position with his eyes closed in a seated meditation. As you can, I'm scrolling up so that you can see the full picture. You can see that his hands are in his lap. His hands are in the position, the same position that you will have if you're doing the 8 moving meditations. That's the same hand position, with the left palm face up and the right palm also face up, the right hand laying inside of the left hand with the thumbs touching. That's the hand position also for the 8 moving meditations. But this is seated meditation number 1. Seated meditation number 1. Now I'm going to scroll down some more. You see how his legs are crossed there? Now, this meditation, all of the seated meditations can be done a variety of different ways. You can sit down on the floor as you see this gentleman doing. You can also sit in a chair with your feet flat on the ground. You could sit on a pillow. If you're outside, you can sit on the ground, sit on a bump on the ground or whatever. Now, my instructor recommended getting what he called a meditation bench. And this is a square box that might be, 1 foot high, 6 inches high, whatever height you feel that may be comfortable that you would sit on. And your legs would sort of hang down the front of this small box. This takes a lot of pressure off your back. It helps you maintain an erect spinal column during the meditation. Takes a lot of pressure off the back rather than just sitting on the floor, perhaps. Although this was not recommended to me, but I think you can also sit on a exercise ball, the large balls. That would also be acceptable. Now, when you sit in a chair, and you of course you would, you can have your legs crossed if you like sitting in a chair. Or you can have your feet flat on the ground. When you have your feet flat on the ground, that allows you to receive energy from the earth. When your feet are flat on the ground, you can receive energy from the earth through the kidney 1 bubbling well point on the bottom of the soles of your feet. And draw that energy from the earth up into your body, up into your dantian. Remember, your dantian is 3 inches below your navel. When your legs are crossed, that draws energy up into your upper body. You're stopping the circulation in your legs, and you are now circulating the energy that the chi that you are breathing in. You're breathing that into your upper body, into your abdomen, your chest, and your head. By crossing your legs, you cut off the flow of chi into your lower body and restrict it to circulating in your upper body. Now, if you have a particular ailment somewhere in your upper body, say in your liver, your kidneys, your chest, or your head, then you would want to sit cross-legged so that you can concentrate the flow in your upper body. If you have something going on maybe with your legs, you might want to sit with your feet flat on the floor. Perhaps in a chair, or sitting on your couch, sitting on an exercise ball, or you can even do this sitting in your car. But of course, if you're sitting in your car, you're not really drawing energy from the earth because your feet are not touching the earth. But you can do this meditation sitting in your car, in your office, at work, in your office chair, with your feet on the floor, also. Okay. Now, a couple of things you want to remember. You breathe in your nose and out your nose. Your mouth is closed the whole time. Just in all the other meditations we've done, the tongue is at the roof of your mouth, just behind your teeth. You want to have your teeth closed, touching. Don't clench your jaw. hard or tight, just naturally as you would naturally close your mouth. Breathe in your nose, out your nose. Breathe from your abdomen. The chest should not really rise and fall. Just your abdomen expand and contract. You want to keep your back straight and your shoulders and neck muscles relaxed. You want to relax as much as possible. Tension tends to cut off the flow of chi. So you want to relax as much as possible during the breathing exercise. Now, as I said, this is posture number 1. With the left hand, as you see, folded there in your lap, with the right hand, both hands are palm up. The right hand is sitting or resting inside of the left palm, with your thumbs touching, your thumbs making a triangle. Now here in the next shot, you're going to see a close-up of the hand position. But let me give, as you see, first let me give you the breath pattern. The breathing pattern is 80, 70, 50. 80, 70, 50. And as we discussed last week, you begin by taking 3 breaths naturally, 3 nice, long, deep breaths in the posture. After the 3rd breath, the 4th breath, you would take a full 4th breath. Then you would let 80% of the air out. Then you would take a full breath from that point. Then you would let all of that air out. Then you would take another full breath. Then you would let 70% of the air out. Take a full breath from that point. Let all of the air out. Take a full breath. Let 50% out. Take a full breath from that point. Let all of the air out. And then take 3 deep breaths. And on the last, the 3rd breath, you will let it all out. Open your eyes and bring your hands out of the posture. Okay, excuse me, let me retract that. After you take that last breath, you take a full breath and you let 50% out, and then you take a full breath from that point and let it all out. You will then breathe naturally for 3 to 5 minutes. After you do the last percentage breath, after you let that last percentage breath out, breathe naturally with your eyes closed, your hands in that posture, back straight, shoulders relaxed, and arms relaxed. You'll breathe naturally for 3 to 5 minutes. And as we've always said with any of the postures, if you can only do it for 1 minute at first, then you just do 1 minute, or even if it's 30 seconds, and then you build up. Maybe you do it first for 30 seconds, then you go to a minute, then you go to a minute and a half, then to 2 minutes, and so on, until you get up to at least 3 minutes, and then eventually up to 5. You can do it longer, but 3 to 5 minutes is a recommended time. Okay. Now, here's a close-up of the hand posture. You can see that the left hand is up under the right hand, cradling the right hand. Both palms are face up, and the thumbs are touching. Okay? I'll read you a few of the notes here. Body posture, sit up straight, relax your shoulders, keep the tongue on the roof of the mouth, just behind your closed teeth. Breathe naturally from your lower abdomen. Eyes are closed. Time is 3 to 5 minutes. Now, when you're learning these postures, in the beginning, it's a good idea to keep your eyes open so that you can see if you're keeping your hands in the right position. Kind of look at yourself a little bit. Are your shoulders relaxed? Is your back straight? Is your head level? You're not holding your head back and your chin up. You're not holding your head down with your chin, down, your chin touching your chest. Just like you're standing at attention, eyes level to the front. Okay? There are two ways to do this meditation. There's the basic level and the advanced level. And this goes for all 14 meditations of the seated meditation. The basic level and advanced level are the same except for the simple fact that the advanced level uses the breath pattern specific to each meditation. To begin, first study the meditation and learn the proper hand postures. Then find someplace comfortable. We can skip all that. Take three, in the basic method, take 3 breaths to begin. Breathe deeply and slowly from your lower abdomen. Do the meditation for 3 to 5 minutes. Okay? Now, you can do each of these 14 postures without the breath sequence that I gave. You can simply hold the meditation, the hand postures that we just showed, and just simply breathe deeply for 3 to 5 minutes without doing the breath combination. Always, 3 breaths in and 3 breaths out. Okay? And again, you might, like I say, do them with your eyes open at first. Then as you feel comfortable that you're maintaining the proper posture and you have your hands in the proper position, then you can go to doing it with your eyes closed. Okay. Now, the advanced way of doing this, of course, is simply doing it with the breath combination. Okay? 3 breaths to start, and then the 80, 70, 50, and 3 breaths to end. The advanced way, I've really already described it. 3 breaths to start, then the 80, 70, 50, and then 3 breaths to end, and then breathe 3 to 5 minutes naturally, and then do 3 breaths to come out of it. Okay? It says, this breath pattern greatly increases qi and helps you tap into qi more rapidly than with just ordinary breathing. It also helps develop your focus. And I'm going to read, just to give you a recap. The breath pattern for this meditation is as follows. 3 breaths to start, then 80, 70, 50, meditate 3 to 5 minutes, then 3 breaths to end. Okay? And I'm going to describe it again. All right. Okay. Take 3 slow breaths to start. Make sure each breath is deep and full. Concentrate on letting go and relaxing. After the 3 breaths, take a full breath, pause, and then let 80% out. This will leave approximately 20% in your lungs. Take a full breath from this point, pause, and then let it all out. Take another full breath, pause, let 70% out. This leaves 30% in your lungs. Take a full breath, pause, then let it all out. Okay. Take a full breath, let 50% out. Take a full breath, let it all out. Breathe naturally for the remaining time of whatever is left of your 3 to 5 minutes. At the end, take 3 full breaths. On the last breath, open your eyes and slowly relax your hands out of the posture. The ending of the meditation is just as important as the beginning. Do not come out too fast. Let yourself naturally reacclimate to your surroundings. Don't shock yourself. You must learn to ease into meditation and ease out of meditation. The 3 breaths at the end are designed to slowly bring you out of the meditation. Okay? Now that goes for all of the postures, 1 through 14 on the seated postures. Okay, now we're going to go to posture number 2, as you see it coming up there on the screen. Okay, can you see his hands, the position, what position he's holding his hands in? Is it clear enough on the screen? Is it clear enough on the broadcast screen?
Not really.
What about on the screen? I can't see the TV.
Let's go on TV.
Okay. I'm going to describe how he's holding his hands for those who are watching on the internet. We'll also do a close-up. He has, you know how you make the OK sign, where you touch the tip of your thumb to the tip of your index finger?
Like this, right?
The OK sign? Yeah,
Right.
you don't have to stand here for that.
No, I'm gonna show him.
I'm going to give it, okay, well, go ahead.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know if they can see it.
Hands like this.
Okay? And your palm, you rest your hands on your thighs. Palm up. Just like you're making that OK sign. You make a circle with your thumb and index finger. Like you're making the OK sign. Your baby finger, ring finger, and index finger are just open naturally. You don't close it like a fist. Just let it open naturally. Rest your hands on your thighs or on your knees at the end of your thigh and knee comfortably in a relaxed position with your eyes closed. Okay? That's position number 2. The breath pattern is 50-20. 50-20. Of course, 3 breaths to begin and 3 breaths to end the meditation. Now, okay, we have a close-up of the right hand. How does that, the close-up appear on the screen? Can they can see it well enough? Okay. Even if you can't, you know, I've described it fully, the thumb and forefinger touch to make a circle. Rest your hand on your leg, or, you know, your...
You can't ever read the letters though.
Okay, well, I'm reading it. Rest your hand on your leg, palm facing upward. And we've already given, now that's a close-up of the left hand, which is the same as the right. We've already given the breath pattern. We know what the body posture is. Okay, you can do this the basic way just by breathing naturally and deeply for 3 to 5 minutes, or you can do the advanced method. Okay, remember the breath pattern for this one is 50-20. 50-20. Take 3 full breaths to begin. Let each one out all the way before taking the next. After the 3, take a full breath, let 50% out. Take a full breath from this point, let it all out. Take a full breath, let 20% out. Take a full breath, and then let it all out, and then breathe naturally for 3 to 5 minutes. Okay? So you would do that for all of them, all of the various patterns. Now here is hand position number 3. The palms are just open palm up, resting on your thigh and your knee area. Okay? This is posture number 3. Palm up, simply resting on your leg. The breath pattern is 70, 60, 10. 70, 60, 10. Meditate for 3 to 5 minutes. And 3 breaths at the end. Okay? As you begin here, you see a close-up for those of you watching the recording. You see a close-up of the hand positions. The right hand and the left hand. Place both hands on your legs. Palms are open and facing up. Fingers relaxed. This is a good open energy posture that allows your entire body to open up. Okie dokie. Again, you can do that the basic way of just breathing in and out for 3 to 5 minutes, or you can use the advanced position. Okay? Okay, this hand posture, as the note says, this is a good open energy hand posture whereby your entire body opens up and drinks in the energy or the chi. This is a very open meditation posture. You may feel the energies flowing freely through you. Okay? Remember, the breath sequence is 70, 60, 10. Again, 70, 60, and 10. Now, let me add something to the discussion. Remember when we did the first third of the Tai Chi form, I told you that certain postures correspond to certain internal organs or parts of the body. Mm-hmm. And when we did the 10 Bagua palm changes, each of those 10 palm changes corresponded to a certain internal organ or part of the body. The same is true for these 14 different hand positions. At this time, I'm not revealing what those hand positions refer to. The notes say that you need to study the 12 bilateral meridians to see the energy flows of those meridians, or you can just say the pathway of each of those 12 bilateral meridians, as well as the 2 unilateral meridians. The one unilateral meridian located on the front of your body, and the one located directly down the center of your spine. You have one coming straight down your center, splitting you directly in half. You have one going straight up your spine, splitting you in half on the rear. By studying the meridians and looking at these hand postures, perhaps you can deduce which part of the body they're affecting. But White Tiger likes you to be more intuitive in your meditation than explicit, the way Tai Chi and Bagua do. By this posture goes to this body part, and so forth and so on. White Tiger wants you to feel it. So they don't tell you which posture corresponds to which body part. They say you should be able to feel it. So as you're doing each posture, pay attention to what's going on in your body, what you feel. It's good to even have a journal with you a meditation journal to say that, okay, today I did the posture at this time of the day, at this location, for this long, and I felt this, and I consistently feel that. And note what part of the body you feel it in. Okay? Be intuitive with it. Then perhaps we can all get together and compare notes and see what each of us believe we're feeling when we do this meditation. Okay? As we found out last week when we did this, these series of breath controls will make you feel dizzy from this increased oxygen, certain influx of, you'll feel a buzz, and I felt it in my sinuses, in the center of my forehead and my sinuses last week when we did these. I remember when I first learned to do these over 20 years ago. And my wife and I had just met, and Leslie was she was training for the Olympics at the time, and she was doing a lot of running and really pushing herself. And she, being a track athlete, she told me that when you're really pushing yourself with a lot of running, that you get, I think they call it like the runner's high. You can get that buzz of lightheadedness, from that, all of that, because you're breathing in a lot. You're running, you're taking in a lot of oxygen. You can get that runner's buzz. You get a slight lightheadedness from time to time. And I was telling, I said, well, I get the same thing, but she was trying to get me to run more. I said, I get the same feeling when I'm doing my meditations. So remember all of the side effects that I told you about when you're doing your meditation, the shaking, and after a while, the violent shaking should come, quiet down to a light hum or buzz, your body just vibrating gently and maybe rocking gently forward and backward. The same thing is true with the White Tiger meditations. The difference will be you might get that buzz because of the intense breathing patterns. Okay? All righty. Let's move on to posture number 4. Okay? We did give the 70-60-10 breathing pattern for number 3. And again, just breathing naturally for the basic. And let's see. Let's make sure. I think there is one of these that's a little different. It might be this one. This is number. Okay. Take 3 slow deep breaths. Okay, no, it's not this one. Okay. Let's move on to posture number 4. As you can see, should be able to see that pretty clearly.
Yeah.
It's he's seated and he has both of his palms together, hands resting on his chest in the praying motion, the typical praying motion. All right. Let's look at the breathing pattern is 90, 70, 50, 30. 90, 70, 50, 30. 90, 70, 50, 30 for posture number 4. Hands are, here we have a close-up of the hand position, resting on your, touching your chest. Your thumbs will be touching your chest, your fingers straight upward. Okay. Says in front of your chest. Okay, fingers pointing. This is This is a closed circuit energy meditation. You may feel the energy well up inside you like a wellspring that is contained. This hand posture is a strong unification of body, mind, and breath. Feel yourself coming together very quickly, very strongly with this posture. Again, you can do it 3 to 5 minutes without the breath combination. And we already know the previous explanation how the advanced method works. As you can see here, this is similar to posture number 5. The left hand is in front of your body or in front of your chin, almost like one half of the praying posture. The right hand is up under your left elbow. Your left elbow is resting on the fingertips of your right hand. Your right hand is coming across your body parallel to the floor, and your left hand, is resting in front of your chin. It's not touching your chin, it rests in front of your chin. On the other one, posture number 4, your thumbs could touch your chest, but I would say that your forearms are really resting on your body, and you're in posture number 4 previously, your thumbs would not rest on your chest. That actually produces tension in your neck and shoulders. Okay? If you force them all the way back to your chest, you'll feel a little tension in your neck and shoulders. If you just put them together and let them fall, you'll feel very relaxed. Okay? And as you can see, every time he has his right leg crossed in front of his body on his feet position. So always cross your right foot. Have your left foot drawn in closest to your body. Okay? That your right palm is palm up, and your left elbow rests gently on your fingertips. Posture number 5. Okay. The breathing pattern for number 5. I already gave the breathing pattern, didn't I?
No.
I didn't?
No.
Okay. I skipped over here. Let me scroll back. Number 5, okay. Okay. I think this is the one the unique one that does not have a breathing combo. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay, hand posture, 3 to 5 minutes. Basic level. Okay, I think it's okay, here it is. This one, the breathing pattern is 20-50. 20-50. 20-50. Okay. And just follow the directions as in all the rest. One of them does not have it. It must be 6. Okay, now we can see number 6. You're seated there. You have this one, it's a little different. You have your eyes open. You have your hands up as seen here in the picture. Hands up, palms facing away from your body. Okay. Your palms look to be somewhat in line with your shoulders. If you want to know how wide apart your hands should be, it should be somewhat in line with your shoulders or the width of your head. 2 reference points. As you take a look at the picture there, his thumbs are kind of in line with his cheekbones, and his rest of his hands are about as wide as his head, or about as wide as the beginning of your shoulders, where your shoulders begin to end and your neck or trapezius muscles begin. You can see that there, and you look through that space that circle that you created with your hands. Okay. Okay. Nope, this isn't it. The breathing pattern is 20-50, 20-50, 20-50. And this is number 6. Okay, now we see a close-up. Okay, did everyone see that? Did I keep it there long enough for you? Yeah. Okay, let's go back a little longer. Close-up of the hand position. Palm facing out, facing away from your body. Just as I described. Let's see if they're hold both hands about head level. Palms are open and facing away from you. Fingers are naturally open. The eyes are open during this meditation, gazing outward through those, looking between your palms. Eyes open in this one. Head is still level. Okay. Hold both hands open in front of you as if holding a ball at eye level. Palms face away. Remember this, it's like you're holding a ball. Like you're playing basketball and you're getting ready to do an overhead 2-handed pass, or you're getting ready to take that shot with the basketball. Okay? Hold both hands open in front of you as if holding a ball at eye level, palms facing away from you. Hands do not touch. Index fingers and thumbs form a triangle you look through. Keep your eyes open throughout this meditation. This posture emphasizes strong chi flow in the hands and arms. You may feel heat on your palms. This posture also pulls a lot of chi in through the fingers. Okay? So your arms may get tired very easily in this one. So this is one of the ones where you can maybe start off at a minute or a half minute, and then move up until you get to 3 to 5 minutes. Okay. Okay. See. This is going to strengthen your arms a little bit. Hold it well. We know that from doing the other meditations. Okay. 20-50 is the breath meditation. Okay, so we said, keep your eyes open, look through the triangle. Okay, now seated meditation number 7. Number 7. Halfway there, guys. Okay, we're going to try and get through all 14. At least we'll do the seated meditations today, and we'll do the standing, the 18 standing next week. Okay, as you can see, this one, your palms are resting over, the edge of your thigh and over your knee, and they're face down. Palm face down, like you're cupping your knee. Your palms are like at the, go to the edge of your knee, and then your fingers kind of like are over the heel, cupping it. You can see there. Okay, this is the one. What number did I say? This is number 7. 7, it said, there is no special breath pattern for this meditation. It's number 7. 7 is the special one, the halfway point. No breath pattern. Okay? You see the hand position there? You just let your hand, palm face down, rest on your lower thigh, at the end of your thigh and your knee. Okay, both hands rest on your knees or legs. Hands are open, palms facing downward. This is a very natural meditation posture. And you only breathe 3 to 5 minutes in this posture. Okay, no breath sequence. So there is no advanced way to do this particular meditation. Okay, there is no special breath pattern other than natural lower abdomen breathing. This meditation is meant to be solid, natural, and pure, like a mountain spring. Okay, your posture should feel solid and full, like a mountain or a rock. Your breathing should be like a fresh water spring flowing through that mountain or rock. Okay, now posture number 8. We can see that this is the same posture as number 6, except this time the right hand is held in front of the body like a half prayer, and the left arm is across the body with your elbow resting in your fingers. What's your question, Kevin?
It's number 5 that's mirroring.
Oh, that was number 5?
Yeah.
Okay, what was number 6?
Number 6 was the.
Oh, both hands up. Okay, this is the other half of number 5. The other half of number 5. Okay, remember that right leg is in front, the left leg is pulled closer to the body. I don't know if that means anything, but in every picture he does it that way. The breath sequence for this one is 70, 50, and 5. 70, 50, and 5. Okay. Okay. Again, we have here a close-up of the hand position, a close-up of the right hand, palm open, fingers up, hand about height of center of chest. Left hand is folded across your body, parallel, the arms parallel, and your right elbow rests in your, gently on your fingertips. Okay. Alrighty, again. This is, okay, right hand is open with palm level with your chest. This is the opposite side hand posture to meditation number 5. This is a strong posture that reinforces pulling chi through your right hand and arm. The left hand supports your right physically and energy-wise. This is a strong posture for pulling energy into the right side of your body. Well, it gave a tip off there. So we must know that the other one is good for pulling energy into the left side of your body. Okay? So whatever organs are on your left, this is a good one. Well, the left one is a good one, and whatever's on your right, the right one will be for. Okay? You just say first learn this with your eyes open, and then close it. All righty. It said when you take your last breath, it's like a tide receding. You know those 3 breaths that come out? You know, when you breathe it in, it's like the tide rushing in. And when you breathe out, it's like the tide going out. Again, it's 70, 50, and 5. 70, 50, and 5. Okay. Now let's go to number 9. Number 9 gets a bit interesting. You can see that the left hand is over your head with the palm facing up. Almost like a ballerina pose that they do. Left hand is over your head, up over your forehead, palm facing up. The right hand is held in your lap. Now, what did I just do? You might tell me how to get that back. It scooted everything over to the left. It's still there. Now, your right hand is in your lap with your thumb and index finger touching, palm up, like in one of the earlier hand positions. Get it back, son. If I do what I hit, I would just retrace it. Okay. The right hand is in your lap, right in the center of your body. As a matter of fact, both hands are directly over each other, or at least in line with each other. You see the right hand, the thumb and index finger are touching. It's palm up. You're making that okay sign. That sounds funny because I'm eating. You're making that okay sign with your right hand, palm up in your lap. Breath control is 70-30. The breathing pattern is 70-30. 70-30. This is for number 9. You see the close-up of the left hand pattern, hand posture, and a close-up of the right hand posture. Okay. Let me just go back so you can see the left hand again. Left hand is palm up. As you see, right hand is palm up. Also, thumb and index finger touching, making that circle, making the okay sign. Again, you can do this since this particular posture puts a strain on your arm. You can do this for, it recommends 2 to 5 minutes, starting with a lower time. Okay. Okay. If you start to feel too much tension, stop, back off. We don't want to create tension. Remember the breath pattern is 70-30, 70-30. You might start at a lower time reference with these. As you can tell, this is going to build up. If you have any issues with your shoulders, your elbow, your wrist, this is going to help in a slow and gentle way. Of course, if you ever feel any pain, stop immediately. This is not, we don't, it's not no pain, no gain. Okay, now we're on number 10, and we can see that 10 is the opposite of 9. The right hand is overhead, palm up. The left hand is in your lap, making the okay sign with the, thumb and index finger touching that little circle there. And the 3 fingers are open and relaxed. Okay. Breath pattern is the same for 10 as it is for 9, 70, 30. Breath pattern again, breath combination is 70, 30. Now we see a close-up of the other hand, okay, of the right there. Palm up, open naturally. Now we have a close-up of the left hand, thumb and forefinger touching, making that little circle. Breath pattern was 70, 30. Again, we know how to do it on the basic level, and the advanced level, as usual, is when you use the breath pattern. The same caveats as in used in number 10 as in number 9. Take your time. Okay, number 11. It's interesting again. Number 11, as you can see, the left hand is making the okay sign in the center of your chest, just above your sternum. And your right hand is in your lap, making the okay sign, thumb and index finger touching. Just your left hand, the thumb and index finger are touching. The left hand is in the center of the chest. The right hand is in your lap. Both have the thumb and index finger touching, making the okay sign. This is number 11. This one is different. It says this one is 2 breaths to start and meditate 3 to 5 minutes. Just a breath pattern of 50. 2 breaths instead of 3, and the breath pattern is 50. You can see the left hand. Left hand will be facing down, right hand will be facing up. As you can see, the right hand is facing up. Thumb and index finger are touching. Thumb and index finger are touching in the right hand. Thumb and index finger are touching in the left hand. Left hand faces down, palm down. Right hand faces palm up. Okay. Let's read this. Okay, hand, for both hands, place the thumb and index finger together to form a circle on each hand. Now place your right hand on either your lap or your leg with palm facing up. Index and thumb touching to make a circle. Position your left hand about center of your chest, palm facing down. Index and thumb touching to make a circle. The fact of the left hand being on top makes it the lead or dominant or yang. Yang is a heart, okay? It's heart or day energy or male energy, okay? So your left hand is your yang hand. The right hand on the bottom makes it yin or female, soft or night. So day is yang energy, night is yin energy, yin and yang. One is female, one is hard. Well, the female is soft and is night. The male is hard and is day. Okay? This posture is like yin and yang, balanced posture. Sort of a balancing of light, dark, high, low, inside, outside. The posture of the hands suggests a circular motion of energy, like the eternal flow of day and night. Eyes closed. Learn the posture first with your eyes open, and then do it closed. Okay. Basic level. Come on, computer. Okay. Advanced level. 2 breaths to start, 50, and then meditate. Okay. You take your 2 breaths, letting each one out slowly. Then take a full breath, let 50% out. Take a full breath from this point, let it all out. Meditate by breathing deeply and evenly from the lower abdomen for the remaining 3 to 5 minutes. At the end, take 3 breaths to come out. So in this one, you're going to take 2 breaths to go in, but you still do 3 breaths to come out. 2 breaths to start, 3 breaths to come out. Number 12. Okay. Kind of interesting. The right hand is in the center of the chest. Right in this posture, I can't see if it's making the OK sign or not, but the left hand is in the lap, making the OK sign. Right hand is on top. One breath to start in this one, and then 30. So it's the combination of the breathing pattern is 30%, and only 1 breath to start. Okay. The thumb and forefinger do touch to make the circle in the right hand. So this is just like the previous one, only you're doing it with the right hand in this one. The right hand is on top, the left hand is in your lap, face up. The right hand is face down in the center of the chest. The left hand is face up in your lap. Okay, this is we're on number 12. 12 is just the opposite of number 11. This time the right hand is the yang hand, and the left hand is the yin hand. It says one is not greater than the other. Both are equal. They are just represented differently. Like a man and woman are equal, but different at the same time. Eyes are closed. Okay, let's read the instruction, okay? On the advance of one breath to start. Okay. Assume the posture. Take a full breath. Let it all out. Take a full breath, let 30% out. Take a full breath from that point and let it all out. Breathe naturally from your abdomen, lower abdomen, for 3 to 5 minutes. Take 3 full breaths to come out. So number 11, we took 2 breaths going in. Number 12, we take 1 breath going in, but on both, we still do 3 breaths coming out. Okay, we're coming up on number 13. Number 13, we have the left hand in the center of the chest, like half of the prayer position, but the right hand is in our lap, simply palm up. Left hand is in the center of our chest, like half of a prayer position. Right hand is in our lap, in line with the left hand, palm up. Right leg is crossed in front of the body, The left leg is pulled closer to the body. The breathing pattern or combination is 70-30. 70-30. Okay? 3 breaths to begin, 3 breaths to end. Back to the regular breathing pattern. 3 breaths to begin, 3 to end, 70-30. Here's a close-up of the left hand position. Now a close-up of the right hand position. Palm up. Rest your hand in right hand in your lap. Okay. Again, the advanced level of doing this is doing the breathing pattern of 70-30. 70-30. Number 14, the final position. We are there. 14, this is exactly the opposite of 13. The right hand is in the center of the chest as a half of a prayer position. The left hand is in line with the right hand in your lap, palm facing up. Breathing pattern, oh my goodness. Okay, 3 breaths to start. Breathing pattern is 3-10. 3-10. 3 breaths to start, 3 breaths to end. Breathing pattern is 3 and 10. That's a rough breathing pattern. Close up of the right hand. Half prayer position. Close up of the left hand. Let me scroll back to that close up of the left hand. In your lap. Hand open, palm facing up. Okay. Let's see, is there any special notes on this last one or not? Okay, you take 3 full breaths. Bring it in. Then take a full breath, let 3% out. Take a full breath, let it all out. Take a full breath, let 10% out. Take a full breath, let it all out. You know, if you take a full breath and you only let 3% out, you're expanding your lung capacity by 97%. Because now you just let a little out, and you're going to try to pack the same amount of air that you packed in on a full breath, but only let 3% of it out. You're now trying to pack another big 100% breath on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might have a call in tonight.
Okay. Well, I still got time. I've been looking at the time.
Okay.
And then you do it normally. So the last one in this sequence really expands you. Okay. That kind of tells me you have, it's assuming that you just went through the first 13 and you're really loosen up, so that you can expand, or you've been practicing the first 13 on a regular basis and you're ready to go to this one. You can do any one of these at any time. You don't have to follow it from 1 through 14. You can do one today, another one tomorrow, and so on. But I certainly would suggest that you really want to be nice and warmed up when you do number 14 here. I wouldn't make 14 the first one I do. I would want to do some of those easier ones where you let out 90% of the air, or 70% of the air, or 50 or 30% of the air, to kind of get me ready to do these these 5s and these 10s, even the 20s. The 90, the 80, the 70, the 60, the 50, those are good warm-ups or build-ups. When you start doing 3, 5, 10, 15, and 20, those are difficult to do. I would kind of have wanted to have done, especially with 14, I would want to have done 2 or 3 of the other easy ones first, to kind of be warm, have the diaphragm warmed up, ready to stretch or something, or been doing the other 13 for at least 5 minutes a day, and be real adapt at them. So those are the 14 seated. Again, these are called iron palm meditations. They're good for the internal organs of the body, but they bring a lot of chi into the hands and the arms. Increases your bone density, and it also gives you chi as a protective force around your hands and arms. So when you go to, if you're a martial artist, if you go to hit something, you have like a force field around your hand, protecting it from injury, or around your arm, protecting it from injury. If you are someone who prays for people for healing touches, you have a force field around your hand in order to transfer, energy or chi or anointing into an individual for healing. The Bible in the New Testament, in the Brit Hadashah, says that if there are any sick among you, let them call for the elders and let them lay hands on them and anoint them with oil. Olive oil is a natural substance that draws energy into it. It draws chi into it. It draws the light. In Kabbalah, they say it draws the light. It draws the anointing into it. So the essential oils from the plants have the ability, what do plants do? They draw energy from sunlight. Their roots draw energy from the ground. They soak up water and nutrients. The leaves draw energy out of the air from the sunlight. And when you take the oils that have been pressed out of these plants, it does the same thing on your body. When you rub it on your body, it draws that energy, that chi, that anointing, that light into the body. And when you place your hand on top of it with your own life force, and if you're used to meditating, you have additional life force, anointing. The anointing depends on your faith. Do you believe? Is there any spiritual blockages? If there are no spiritual blockages, then the anointing of God can flow from you, and along using your faith and your confession, your statement from your mouth and your faith as to healing someone. All of that can now transpire. So this is good for martial artists. It's good for those people who are into healing, and, into natural healing, or pray for the healing of people. All of this is good. Remember, this is all manipulation, according to Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, of that life force called the divine wind, or the divine breath. We're learning how to enhance it by using our faith, by using our intellect, by using the body postures, and if we need to heal others by placing certain oils, natural oils from pressed out of plants, like olive oil, and essential oils that are, have specific healing tendencies and purposes in them, along with our spoken word, the confession of our mouth, and the faith of our spirit, the faith of our heart. We can use that to heal people. And that's called covenant, intent. And you can also use it to hurt someone if you're being threatened. If someone is trying to harm you or your family, you can take that chi and strike them with it and transport that chi and let it penetrate deep into their body, into an internal organ to harm them or stop them from hurting them, as well as you can use that to penetrate to heal the internal organ also. One of the first things as martial artists, you should learn to heal before you learn to harm. But the meditation helps you pull in this chi. A medical Qigong doctor, a TC, traditional Chinese medicine doctor, using Qigong before he treats someone. If he knows that that person is coming to him for treatment, he will probably do a fruit fast or, a fruit and vegetable fast along with his meditation. And, the Bible talks about that as well. Eating certain foods will enhance certain functions. This is in the Bible. I know you Christians have read over it. I'm not saying you didn't read it, but it's there. I can't recall the scripture, but it says, eat that which grows of itself for 3 years. And by doing so, new things will reach down in you and in your land and take root and spring back up to life again. Okay? So we're going to end that right there tonight. Hope you wrote everything down. Go home, practice these postures. Start off maybe with a minute or 30 seconds even. A minute is just 15 minutes out of your day. And 30 seconds, just 7. Now, I also talked about last week, I'm going to have to make this quick. I'm going to elaborate on this more. When you are doing the 3 to 5 minute breathing, in Tai Chi and Bagua, we say, get a clock that you can look at because you keep your eyes open in Tai Chi and Bagua. And look at the time it goes by, or set an egg timer or something for a minute, 2 minutes, or 3 minutes, or whatever. In White Tiger, they like you to be more intuitive. You estimate when 1 minute is up. You estimate when 3 or 5 minutes or whatever is up. One way to do this estimation without focusing externally on some sort of a time device is to use the Hebrew letters. And I talked about this last week. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dal, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Het, Tet, Yod. There are 22 letters. Learn the Hebrew alphabet. What I do when I'm breathing in during those 3 to 5 minutes, I will say, on my in breath, I will, ah. And on my out breath, I may say lift. Ah, lift. If it's a 2-syllable letter. If it's a single letter, I'll breathe in, like say, bay. I'll just breathe in, bay, and then breathe out, thinking about that letter. If it's a 2-syllable letter, like I say, my in breath will be the first syllable, my out breath will be the second syllable. If it's a 1-syllable letter of the alphabet, my in breath is the 1 syllable, and then on the out breath, I just think of it. By doing this and going through the 22 letters of the alphabet, it will take you approximately 2 minutes breathing naturally in and out. So if you wanted to do 5 minutes, just breathe the alphabet 2.5 times. You know, go up to the halftime that you would go up to yoga. And you can use that as a natural, intuitive timing system. Or if you just want to do about 30 seconds, just breathe and meditate on 10 of the letters. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Va, Zayin, Het, Tet, Yod is the 10th letter. And it will take you about 30 seconds to do half. No, excuse me, about a minute to do half. If you do it nice and slow. Time yourself. All you have to do is go home, let the second hand get to, say 12 or 6 or wherever, and close your eyes and breathe the Aleph Bet. Do it for up to Yod, 10 letters, and see how much time elapses, what your breathing pattern is. And so, if it's 30 seconds, you know that if you do the entire Aleph Bet, it's going to be a minute. For me today, just doing 10 took me a minute in my breathing, because my breathing was nice and deep. So you may have to, as your breathing becomes deeper and fuller, you may have to adjust that. It may take you longer to breathe because you've increased your capacity. So you'll have to do, I say from week to week, you have to see how long it takes you to breathe 10 letters and how long it takes you to maybe breathe the 22. But remember that has an effect on you spiritually. It has an effect on your neuroplasticity. And I'll continue to elaborate on that more and more next week. But I gotta run to get set up. Leslie, would you go set my phone up to do, and we'll end there.